Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Mike's DVDs and Blu-rays collection. I am Mike, and today I got a mixed bag of Blu-rays and DVDs I want to show you. Now some of these I've got as far back as 2-3 months ago, maybe 4 even. I've had these for a while. I've watched them, I've found them in the wild, I've ordered some. They're just a mixed bag of different genres that haven't really fit in any other videos I've done recently. So this is going to be a mixed bag, Volume 1. I got a lot of mixed bag videos to show you guys. So let me put it in one video. Okay, let's get right to it. First movie is a movie from 1959, produced and directed by Stanley Kramer. He was in the 1950s and 60s. He produced some of the best independent movies out there, and this is one of his earlier, mid to early works he did. This is 1959's On the Beach, and it's a great movie starring Anthony Perkins, Ava Gardner, Gregory Peck stars. It's also got a great non-musical role by Fred Astaire, and he does really good as just an actor. And that's what he would do later for the rest of his career. He would basically just be an actor. He wouldn't musical or anything. But anyways, back to the movie. The movie is kind of like a post-war movie. It's kind of like after World War III has happened. Now this takes place in modern day 1959, and the war has happened. Gregory Peck is I think he's some kind of captain in the Navy or something. And after the war, there's fallout that's been like slowly covering the earth, basically. It's what I understand. So basically, he moves him and his family, or he meets a girl in Australia. They're kind of like a lot of the Navy and stuff has been coming to Australia, waiting the impending fallout and radiation and everything from the war. Now it's not played out like a typical like war movie just happened and they're scurrying for their lives. It's really slow paced, not a too slow, but it's played out over maybe a week period, and it shows some of the people preparing what's going to happen and stuff. Like it shows a young Anthony Perkins and his wife and baby are basically going to just kind of ride it out. They're going to just fall asleep basically in their bed and just, they're going to die because just the impending radiation and all this fallout from this thing has happened. So it's a really slow, it's the way the actors, they know it's happened. They're preparing for it. They're mentally, there's a good scene in a bar where I think Fred Astaire is drinking and he kind of gets too drunk and he just kind of lets it all out, and it's a really good drama. I remember first seeing this on, say, the Movie Channel back in the early 90s when they showed old movies, and I remember seeing this, and it was really cool because it was just the way it's paced and the way it's acted and everything, and it's a good different take on the like World War III impending bomb stuff. Instead of a frantic thing, it's more of a slow pace and everybody's preparing for it. It's like a very mature drama. Highly recommend it. I think you can find this a really good price. Check out eBay. I think I got this off of eBay and paid probably $12 for it. So On the Beach, highly recommend this. Next up is a movie. I picked this up I probably picked this up around October, maybe 1st of November. My actual Walmart had it. Now, see, my Walmart has been scaling down all physical media for years now. So now they have one wall of movies, and half the time it's not filled at all. It's probably 30% filled at that. Of course, they got a big bunch of $5 things where you've seen these, movies and stuff. But they've been scaling down for years now. So I was really interested when I saw this. It was really weird because they've got some of these Vestron collector series with the slip cases and the new artwork and stuff. So anyways, enough talk. I found David Cronenberg's Shivers. Now, there's a few movies released like this. I think another one is Little Monsters with, was it Fred Savage? That was one of the most requested movies that people wanted to see. I was kind of indifferent to it. I guess it was cute when I was young, but I guess I wasn't really into it too much. But Shivers is one of the ones too. It's got a really nice slipcase. It's got a lot of audio commentaries, David Cronenberg. It's got a lot of interviews, stuff like that on here. Trailers, TV spots, radio spots even. So David Cronenberg's Shivers, it's a really good movie, really cool. Early, I think it came out in like 80. Did it come out in 1975, but it seems like a movie you would see in the early 80s and stuff, but looks really good. I mean, I don't know if they did a high definition cleanup of it or what they did, but it says it's been remastered, so, but it looks really good, and you get like a digital copy and all that stuff in there. So Shivers is worth a pickup, and I got it for like, it was under $10. It was like, it was cheap, and it was just like, well, damn, I'm gonna get this, So next up, guys, this is a really, really, really good, underrated horror, black comedy kind of movie that's like right up my alley, like where it's kind of like just the humor is so dark that it goes into the horror realm. And it's like almost like some people would laugh at it. Some people may be like, man, this guy's totally demented. But the movie I'm talking about is Fade to Black. It stars Dennis Christopher. This is the Anchor Bay DVD. This is a really cool movie. This came out in, I think, gosh, I don't know when it was. 80, like the early 80s. 81, maybe 80, 1980. It came out in 1980. And recently, I believe Severin or one of the boutique labels has put out a deluxe version of this with a deluxe slipcase and a lot of bonus features and stuff. And man, I looked at that no sooner than I was like about to hit the trigger. It's like the thing was talking about like it's sold out already. It's out of print already. It's on eBay already. It's already $200. It's like, that is stupid. It's like, I just want to see the movie. I remember it faintly from a long time ago. So it's like, I'm going to find it on DVD and watch it, But I was totally entertained. This is pretty bare bones, but it's Anchor Bay. Briefly about the movie, Dennis Christopher plays a kid who works like at a movie rental place, like when theaters need copies of movies, stuff like that he would like basically bike them over or drive them over to a studio or whoever needed the prints of movies and stuff. Of course they don't do that nowadays. Everything's digital, but he would send the prints. He would have big rolls of film, and so he was in the industry, and he would be he's kind of this lonely guy who lives with his aunt, and he's really good at making monster like masks, and he's really creative and very talented in a way, but he's got this dark side that finally just clicks, and he just turns demented. So he ends up murdering his co-workers and different people, but he would be dressed up as the monsters in its fantasies, like Dracula and the Wolfman, Phantom of the Opera, and he would, you know, chase them down and kill them in ways that was similar to the movies and stuff. So it's really cool. It's kind of almost a Hollywood in Hollywood kind of wink wink. Like if you're a big fan of Universal monsters, just horror movies in general, it's a really good movie. I really recommend it. It's called Fade to Black. Now if you can find that Blu-ray that just recently came out, more power to you. Tip my hat to you. But maybe one day I'll find it and I'll get it, because this movie's worth it. I would upgrade in a heartbeat for it. But if you can't find it, and you can't find this streaming anywhere or anything like that, then look for the DVD and get it, because it's a movie worth seeing. It's called Fade to Black. Anyways, guys, next up is a movie directed by Robert Redford. Now, this came out in 1994, 95, 94, and this was a big hit at the time. I remember this when it came out and stuff. I didn't see it. I remember it was like, you know, the big talk. It was nominated for Best Director, Best Picture, everything. Got all the praises of the critics and everything. The movie I'm talking about is Robert Redford's Quiz Show. I got this DVD really cheap. Had never seen it. I was really impressed with it. Great movie. Talks about the quiz shows from the 1950s, and there was a scandal where there was some cheating involved, and the producers knew about it. And one guy, John Turturro, is in it. He was really good in this movie. Really good. John Turturro was on fire at this time in his career. It started in the late 80s with Spike Lee's Do the Right Thing, and the Coen brothers, Miller's Crossing, Barton Fink, all those good movies. Was he in Miller's Crossing? Maybe not. Okay, he was in Barton Fink, I know for sure. But he was on fire. Everything he was doing was really great, highly praised, everything like that. So Quiz Show is a great movie. It's just a lot of detail went into it. Just you know, all the 1950s stuff, wardrobe, you know, the TV cameras, the cars, everything down to the details. Really good in this movie, and it's highly recommended. You can find this. I think I got this on Amazon. Matter of fact, I think I got it for like $5. It's dirt cheap. So find the DVD if you just want to see this. I believe it's on Blu-ray. Maybe not. I don't know. It might be one of the movies that's not on Blu-ray. But next up, guys, I got a movie that was part of the Quentin Tarantino Rolling Thunder's Pictures releases. Now, back in the early 2000s, 2001, 2002, something like that. He's early days of DVD. Let's basically put it like that way. So he started getting some of his favorite movies from around the world, even in America, and he was releasing these movies to the theaters. So they were kind of like grindhouse movies, you know, the exploitation movies, underrated foreign cinema, stuff like that. That was some of his favorite stuff. And he put it out in the theaters for, I think it was a kind of a low, you know, of course it didn't come to my area, but anyways, they were put out on DVD, and there was a whole series. I think there's about six or seven, something like that. I have maybe 4 of those. This one is Chungking Express. Really good movie from director Wong Kar-wai. Wong Kar-wai, and really good. I'm trying to think. Is this? I want to say this is a Chinese or Mandarin, Hong Kong movie, from one of the Hong Kong movies. Now, this was a big hit back in the mid 90s, I believe, 94, 95 or something like this. So about the time Tarantino's, hitting big in Hollywood and stuff, this movie was a big hit overseas. And it caught the eye of Quentin Tarantino, and it was one of his favorite movies. So it's a great movie involving a guy, I think he's a cop, and a woman, this mysterious woman. It's a lot of back alleys, a lot of really cool, takes you into a world that you're not familiar with, and it's just a really interesting movie. Chungking Express. Now it's on. It's been on DVD, Blu-ray. I think it's went out of print. It was on Criterion Collection, had some, and those are high priced now if you can find those. But I was interested in finding these old Miramax rolling picture ones like this. I have a few of them, so really cool movie. Pick it up, take a chance on it. You can find it. This movie does want to stay around the $20 mark and more. I was able to find this. I think I did a best offer and they let me have it for like 12 or something. So, but I really needed this for the collection. So I'll show you more upcoming episodes, but this was one of the ones I wanted to show off first. Next up, this was something I got for Christmas. We were Christmas shopping, and movie shopping locally. We went to an FYE, I believe. We had one locally, it closed, but we went to FYE looking for the kids some stuff. They like the bobblehead things. They like clothes, swag, little things and stuff. But I found this was in the $5 bin. This was Romancing the Stone. This was $5 at FYE during the holidays. I remember this movie so much as a kid. On HBO, there was Romancing the Stone in 1984, and then the sequel came out in 85 or 86 called The Jewel of the Nile, which teamed up Michael Douglas and Kathleen Turner again, and of course Danny DeVito is in this movie too. But really cool movie. This woman, Kathleen Turner, gets just trying to find her sister, gets involved in this plan by these guys that are holding her captive, and she meets Michael Douglas, who ends up helping her. Danny DeVito is kind of like a helper and a not helper. He's kind of playing both sides. It's a really good movie, classic 80s movie, I believe. It's got some adventure to it. It's got the comedy. It's got tiny bit of romantic element going on. Great movie. You don't hear a lot about it nowadays. I don't really see a lot of people talking about it. So, Romancing the Stone on Blu-ray here. So yeah, if I can find it for $5, I know you can get it cheaper. And finally, guys, this is a movie, a very underrated movie I didn't really hear much about when it came out. This is by one of my most favorite and interesting directors that are out there today making movies. That's always curious of what he's going to do, because he's been interesting since he's come out in the early 90s. And the guy I'm talking about is Richard Linklater, and this movie is called Everybody Wants Some. It's almost a follow-up to Dazed and Confused. It kind of talks about this guy. He's going to college. He's wanting to play baseball for a career. I mean, it's similar. It's not a direct thing, but a lot of stuff is similar. And you got the cars, you got the party dudes, you got college life, fraternity life, baseball. It's got all that stuff in there. Rolling Stones, Peter Travers, which usually he's pretty cool. If he says something's good, he's usually right. But he says, slaps a smile on your face that won't quit. Dazed and Confused meets the 80s. So there you go. It takes place in the early 80s, and really underrated movie. This came out and flew completely under my radar. Did not even know it existed until I started kind of thumbing through some of Richard Linklater's movies he's made over the years, and I'm like, I don't remember that. I don't remember this. I don't remember that. So I started doing some research and found this movie, and picked it up. Got it for a great price. It's easy to find. Check eBay. Probably eBay would be your best bet because Amazon might be a little expensive. But there's some more Richard Linklater that I haven't seen. So everybody wants some. There you go. Check that out. There you go, guys. There are some movies, some oddball movies that I picked up recently in the past months or so. Highly recommend these movies. If I had to recommend a movie out of this pile that you must see, definitely would be Fade to Black. Definitely pick this up, watch it somehow. Stream it, buy the Blu-ray. That's very expensive right now. Highly collectible. Get that, or just find this DVD. This is a Anchor Bay release from the early 2000s. It shouldn't be too hard to find. And that's about it, guys, for this episode. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, subscribe today. Hit that notification bell, so you know when I'm releasing a new video, because you will be notified. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. And always welcome your comments. Always like to hear from you. I know there's some stuff there that is really good comment material. Let me know if you got questions and stuff about it. Let me know if you've seen any of these movies. And until next time, guys, I am Mike, and I will see you later.